Yesterday, we talked all about how you got to figure out what you can be the best in the world at, or top 1%. What can you be the best version of you at? Today, we're going to talk about how to actually figure that out, because that information essentially is useless unless you know how to use it.
What I've found coaching so many people is that the thing that they're really, 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 really good at usually has some shame around it, because typically it makes other people feel bad.
Next Level Nation, today for episode number 2106. How do you find what you're best at? Alan jeffed me there a little bit in the beginning. The enunciation of his last words suggested he was going to continue, but he did not.
I thought I was.
Well, same.
The boulder was rolling down the hill and I stopped it.
You stopped it very quickly.
Yeah.
All right, how do you find what you're best at based on what we talked about yesterday? I've told this story before, I think, but this is something that has helped me connect a lot of dots. Remember AOL Instant Messenger back in the day?
Oh, yeah, man.
Right? Who doesn't? Well,
yeah, I am.
If you're 22 years old, you have probably no idea what I'm talking about, because I don't think it existed anymore, unfortunately. But long before people were texting up a storm, you would log on to your computer, which probably wasn't a laptop. It was probably a desktop, giant. It had a giant thing. It was massive. It weighed 30 pounds. And you would go on this thing called AOL Instant Messenger.
Well, first, you'd have to connect to the internet.
You'd have to
make
connect
sure
to the
everyone's
internet.
off the phone.
Yeah, you can't be on the phone. Yep,
yeah, and it would do that.
Yes. Yep. I had an AOL. An AOL
Are you
email.
Connected? Who picked
Crazy,
up the damn phone?
CrazyKid005 at AOL.com was my.
I don't know if I remember mine, man.
It's a real shame.
What was Emilia's?
How do you remember Emilia's, but not yours?
Because we've talked about it.
But you don't remember yours?
Girl 20-something. I don't know. I don't remember.
I remember the girls I always had a crush on. Always had it was like Baby Girl XOXO.
It was always, yeah.
Hell yes. That's how you knew.
That's how you knew.
So you used to do this thing where you would instant message someone.
That was actually my AIM.
That was yours?
Yeah.
Alaz XOXO.
No, Baby Girl 2565.
Baby Jeff XOXO. So again, it was just a thing where essentially it was text message, but way worse on your computer, and you had a profile and whatever. I was talking to one of my friends, and this is the first time I ever realized that I was really good at rhyming words together.
How old were you? 13.
Yeah, I was going to say probably like 12, 13.
Middle school? Yeah, middle school.
Middle school for sure.
Yeah.
Middle school.
Yep.
We were having a conversation, and we just said like, hey, let's play a game where we rhyme words together. And he was like, all right, cool. So he would bat, and then I would rhyme cat. And we started there.
Nice.
And then it was like, then we got to where we had multiple syllables. So it would be like baseball. And then I would rhyme with face fall or something, whatever, hypothetically. And then when we got to like 3 and 4 syllables, I realized he couldn't do it. And I realized that I could do it.
Nice.
And I was like, wait, you can't, what do you mean? It's not that hard. You just create more syllables.
Nice.
Okay, interesting. Then later in life, so I started writing I was writing poetry shortly thereafter, as I mentioned in the previous episode. Then after that, I started to enjoy writing raps. And the first time I ever wrote a rap and recorded a rap with someone, they were literally trying to be a professional rapper when they were in college. They had a group, they did shows, they had been paid for performances. And I remember when we sat down to write out our verses, I was done in like 5 minutes, and I was good to go. And it took them like an hour, and I was like, oh my goodness, am I good at this?
Yeah.
And then when we recorded, it was just, our verses were very different, and mine were much more lyrically focused.
AKA mine were better. It's okay.
No, not necessarily, because I like conscious rap where a lot of people don't like that. They're not listening so they can get lessons. They're listening. What do I think of what?
Neffex.
Who the hell is that?
Neffex.
I don't even know who that is.
I
know who
started
NF
from the
is.
basement. Yeah, that guy. I think. Dude, I don't know. You know I don't know.
Started from the basement.
I listened to him in the fucking gym, man.
What's the name of the song? Give me you got a song name?
God damn it. I got you.
He's got Time. He's got Hate Myself.
It's got to be within the last 10 years. He's fairly new, I think. He's got some bangers for the gym, though. For sure.
I remember for one of our events, I walked out to one of his songs. Do you remember that?
I don't remember. No, I don't know. Like, I didn't know him back then. You know what I mean? I didn't listen to him. I got you. I'm going to come up with it. Keep going.
I mean, that was kind of the end. I realized that I was...
NEFFEX.
I've never heard of this. I don't even know who this person is. Never heard of him.
Ready?
You can't play it.
I know. But 10 seconds you can.
Okay.
Real quick.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the main event. I've heard that song on Instagram, but I've never listened to the whole thing.
He's fire, I think. You might not like him. Again, I think he's good. And again, Emilia made the... I said, Emilia, do not look him up. If he's not jacked, it's going to be so hard for me. Because I'm going to guess he's not. He talks a big game.
I'm going to guess he's not.
Emilia said, do not look him up. For me, it's hard for me to hear someone talk such a big game and not walk it. This is a workout compilation with The Rock in it.
But remember, going back to what we talked about in last episode, you can't be top 1% in everything.
I want to be.
I know, same.
No, health, wealth, and love. But dude, this dude, he raps about fitness constantly. So in my head, you ever meet someone, let's have a conversation for a second. I know I'm taking this off the rails, but this is our podcast.
Always, yeah.
You ever meet someone who talks a fucking huge game in fitness, and then you meet them and it's like, oh, of course, there's levels to this. Tim Ferriss gave a TED Talk. This is way fucking back. And for those of you who don't know Tim Ferriss, he wrote the 4-Hour Workweek. And in the TED Talk, this dude makes reference to himself as this big gorilla. And I'm sitting there going, dude, you are hanging out with too many nerds, man. You're not even, because at the time I was lifting with you and Matt. It's like you guys, there's levels to every game, and it all depends on the rooms you're in. When I was in the fitness space and I went to the personal development space, the personal development people would talk about fitness and it'd be like, are you guys kidding me? Like, what do you mean? You guys don't even weight train. And then you get into the business space and it's even worse. There are people who are like, yeah, I'm crushing workouts. And then you look at them and it's like, you guys need to go spend some time with the fitness industry. The fitness industry is a whole nother fucking level.
For sure.
And so there's levels to everything, which is, again, Next Level University. Health, wealth, life, and love. And again, I'm not saying everyone needs to look like The Rock. What I am saying is if you're going to rap like you're the fucking man in fitness, you better be semi-elite.
I think you're going to be disappointed in most times.
I don't know why. It's like, dude, I would never rap about fitness and not be elite in fitness. Ever.
Yeah, no, I understand. But that's
like you and I talking about being next level and then we're like super mediocre.
But I think you and I are very focused on making sure we walk the talk. It's rapping
must.
is
it's a must.
Yeah, but rapping is different.
Why?
Because
what about the guy you used to listen to, Big Sean?
Yeah.
Like, imagine if he wasn't actually that successful and he was talking like he was.
That's rap though. That's how it starts. Rap is a really good representation of allowing your ego out a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
That's the hard part about it.
Because you won't listen to his music.
I'll have to look him up now to see, but I'm guessing he's not jacked. I could care less. Eminem's not jacked. He's got some of the most motivational songs ever written of all time.
He's not rapping about fitness. He's not rapping about fitness, about how many workouts he's not.
No, not that.
Netflix, he raps about being a bodybuilder. Straight up.
Yeah. I'll have to check them out. Yeah, all right,
yeah.
What's your take on what we're talking about today before you take us all the way off the fucking rails? We're talking about how do you find what you're the best at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I that's my job now. Take us off the rails.
Take us off the rails and
back on.
I'll get us back.
Yeah.
This is also, the energy for us is always a little bit different on Saturdays. So we're recording this on Saturday. It's always a little bit different. You and I are always, I don't know, we are like more jokey and less serious on Saturdays, I find.
I feel great, man. I went for trying to optimize my life around flow, and I went for a run earlier. I feel great. This is awesome. Yeah, this is a good 11 a.m., 12 p.m. 12 p.m. is my optimal spot. Okay, so how do you figure out, what I opened with? Emilia alluded to this for me, and this was really big breakthrough for me. She said when you were a little kid, most likely, because she studied adolescence and developmental stuff, and the brain develops in different stages through different phases. And it apparently stops developing at 25. I think that's absolute bullshit, personally. And again, don't quote me on this, but when I get my PhD in neuroscience, I'm going to prove that wrong. There's no way it stops. But she studied the implications of social norms and dynamics and childhood development and all this stuff. And so she teaches me all that. And one of the things she said is when you were a kid, you were better than other people at things. And you witnessed them feel bad about themselves. And I remember this too. I had a friend in college who literally said, dude, you're good at everything. And I remember I was so pumped. I don't think he meant it as a compliment. I think he meant it like, what the fuck is, like, how? Like, how is this even a thing, right? I'm talking Beirut, ping pong. I'm a mean ping pong player. Like, I've been playing ping pong since I was a kid. I love it. So I hustled some dude at the bar one time, but made some money. The point is,
what is this? Is this the thing you hit it with?
Yeah, this pad on here. He's like, because I don't
that's
look.
Cool.
I was some fitness guy, right? So
yeah.
I was fitness modeling at the time, and they figure, oh, this dude's a fucking loser, right? He's not gonna be good at ping pong. Like, all right, yeah, no, I'm not. I played a few times. It was awesome. Anyways, different time. My point of all this isn't that I'm great at everything. That's not my point. My point is, when you are on the statistical high end of something, a lot of times you actually feel bad about it. There's someone on the NLU team who is really, really, really good. How do I keep this vague enough for people not to know what I'm talking about? Who's really good at kind of everything with tech and computers and everything internet based. She's had 2 jobs since she was fucking 16, and they always had to do with computers and that kind of thing. And I have her training somebody on our team, and she has a hard time understanding where someone else is. It's very difficult, seriously, to, like, when I first did Google Sheets with you, I was like, are you fucking kidding me, man? Like, on what planet can you not know spreadsheets? Like, this is the 21st century, right? And I know that sounds judgy. I'm not trying to judge. I'm trying to understand where the hell everyone's at. But you could have said the same thing to me at 24 with squatting 300 pounds. So you have to look at where you make other people insecure. There is no version. It's impossible. This is my thesis. It is impossible to be really fucking good at something and to not make others insecure. It's impossible. That's a good piece of feedback. Is I guarantee you, I witnessed someone get insecure about rapping with you. I witnessed it. And you don't have a bad relationship with that, because I don't think you were usually on that end with love. But I have a terrible relationship with being better than, and I've had to really work on that. You're not allowed to talk about it. You're not.
I was on that end with fitness, though,
for sure.
But I don't feel bad about it. I put in the work.
Do you get upset when other people? So when you used to take your shirt off, and you looked fucking ripped and jacked, and you obviously weren't breathing, and you weren't breathing. Did you see other people get upset? Could you witness it? I could witness it, dude, especially when I was a fitness model.
Next Level Nation, what is happening? If you've thought to yourself, I want to try coaching, but you don't really know where to start, group coaching would be a wonderful place for you. That's really why we created it in the first place. We start a new round every 90 days. So if you're hearing this, go to the website, nextleveluniverse.com, and we have the landing page where you can actually hold your spot right now. Even if there's a group going on right now, you can still lock your spot for the next one. The biggest thing that we've seen is as we get closer and closer to the date, unfortunately, some people end up missing. The group fills up and they can't do it, and then they end up regretting that. So please head over to the website. The link will be in the show notes, and we would love to see you there.
I remember I had an ex-girlfriend. Every time I would be at the beach with her, she'd feel so bad about herself. I remember thinking, like, that kind of sucks. I wish.
No, I don't think I ever saw that.
People get very insecure when you're in great shape. Remember that guy who came to Kevin and I were at the same party a while back. His name was Fenner. That dude was jacked
but I think
out of his mind. Everyone got insecure around that guy.
But he checked so many boxes.
That's awesome.
But I don't check as many boxes. I'm telling you, if I was 6'5", it might be a different life. But I think it's okay. I think it's okay for me because I'm not
short.
Yeah, because I'm not a giant. Huh. I don't know. I don't think I ever.
I remember I had a friend who was 6'4", and he's huge, and he said, "Your intensity is a lot for people, and when you get as big, like bigger, because I was getting more big because I was lanky before. He said you're gonna have to dial some of that down." I understand now what he was saying. And now we've done the intimidation factor, and I realized what he was saying, but also, why are we all dialing down all the time?
Because it feels if it feels bad to make people feel bad.
But
it makes sense.
What I've come to realize, and it's so unfortunate, but it's true. There's an upside to every downside. If you want to inspire, like if I want to inspire you, if you and I were to go for a run together, and again, you don't care about running, but let's imagine you do, it wouldn't even be fucking close. I mean, I could run backwards faster than you probably. And with love. And that would inspire the fuck out of you and motivate you to want to get better if you valued running. And you have a certain amount of belief. Yeah.
No, you're missing it. No, it's not that simple.
I always am inspired when people are better than me.
Yes. Always. Because you have very high belief.
But how else do you inspire? You can't inspire someone by being worse.
No, but you can inspire somebody by creating belief that they can do what you do. I went to...
Yeah, but what if that's not true? Like you can never run. My legs are twice the size of yours, right?
Yeah, but it's the same thing. What's going to get me to practice it more? When I remember, I told the story where I went back to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And it's the first time I'd done it in
22-year-old.
a long freaking time. No, this is different.
Oh, okay.
And the same day I was doing my introduction class, there was another guy there. And he was like, yeah, I kind of let myself go and I haven't been working out. I'm curious to see if this will be helpful. And him and I partnered up in the first class. And I literally just let him do everything, and I didn't learn almost anything because I knew if he didn't get some sort of progress, he's not going to come back.
But that holds you back.
I'm okay with that, though.
Oh, that's so hard for me. Dude, back in the AP classes, I remember it would be frustrating because in math, if someone was in the class that couldn't hang, they would hold back the rest of the class.
That's fair.
Really, this is the meritocracy thing. And again, I don't want to come off as elitist, but we are talking about how to be top 1%. So in the context of Next Level University, it is what it is. And the truth of the matter is too, everyone is good at certain things and not good at others. And that's totally fine. My relationship with that is very positive. I don't care if you're better than me at all. I almost want you to be. Then I'll be more motivated. Like, I'm so excited that you're in better shape again. Dude, I was so upset before. It's like, fuck, am I going to have to do this alone? Like, I'm so grateful that you're leading again. God damn it.
I appreciate it.
Of course, dude. You were the guy, man. You were the guy.
It's hard to be the guy.
It's hard to be the guy.
It's hard to be the guy and when everything else is hard too.
Of course. And again, I think for the listeners, what is the thing that you value and that you're good at? It needs to be an and, not an or. Because, yeah, Kevin could value running, but you're not going to change the world running. No. And I think that's really honest with self, because I don't want anyone to design their life around something that they're already at the bottom percentile of. Because we all know... Go ahead.
Give me the three things. What are the three ways to find what you're best at?
Number one,
anytime we do a how-to episode, I want to make sure we actually do the tactics.
Number one is you make other people insecure. Now, you have to notice it. People won't let you know they're insecure, especially adults. Kids, when they're insecure, they'll either ego up or they'll go docile. You have to recognize that. I had an ex-girlfriend who was really beautiful, and I remember when she was in a bathing suit, all the girls around her would get so upset. And it was so obvious. And then I heard one of them come behind me and say, why the fuck does she always have to do that? And I remember thinking, we're at the beach. Like, if she's not allowed to be in a bathing suit here, where is she supposed to? Not to mention she's the sweetest person. You kind of suck, to be honest. Like, that person was so mean. She's a tear down person. But anyways, number one is you make other people insecure. You just do. There is no way around that, but you have to notice it. Number two, you feel like you don't understand why other people can't just do it. Like with you with the syllable
easy
thing.
Mode.
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean you can't just rhyme?
Yeah.
That I feel like that a lot with certain things. And then number three, how do you know? I would say this third one's harder to identify. You come up the learning curve way faster. Like, what's a good example of this? Snowboarding. I remember I would snowboard with my friends and it would take them 3 times as long to get better. And I didn't understand why. I genuinely didn't. Now I'm studied neuroscience. I've studied flow. I've studied peak performance. I've studied mastery. I've studied motivation. I've studied intrinsic and external. So now I know, oh, okay, I was stacking everything. Like mastery is not important to other people. They're actually snowboarding for fun. I've never snowboarded for fun. I snowboarded to be the fucking best snowboarder I could be. And I was inspired. Mark's older brother, Stefan, did this massive 360 off a rock through the woods in front of me. And I was like, oh my God, you're my fucking hero. And ever since that moment, I was like, that's going to be me. Then I got a concussion and decided that was bad.
That's fair.
Those are the three. Yeah.
Okay. I think those I agree with all those. Is there one I would try to add for a little? I would say that you're insecure about the fact that you might make people insecure.
Yeah.
To that. Just in case. Because I never recognized people being insecure, and I was never insecure about it. That was probably a blind spot.
I was insecure around you back in the day, for sure.
I never
when you took your shirt off. Are you kidding me? When you were the genie?
I never knew that.
I was a Backstreet
I wasn't even
Boy.
that good a shape at that
You were
point.
in good shape compared to
other.
Hey,
well, I look back
to other high schoolers and college kids. Like,
well, I know,
19 years old or something.
I don't know. No, we were old enough to drink, weren't we?
No, I don't think so. We were. Cool. Hey, we were old enough to party. We weren't old enough to drink.
I've been old enough to party since I was like 14, 15.
Yeah,
so whatever.
Same. But you were jacked in that. That was like a muscle shirt.
Well, there's a reason I chose it, baby.
Of course. But that
you go where your significance is.
For sure. I was tall and lanky, man.
That's fair.
But I never knew about your height and or intelligence. I was insecure about, right? And again, no one tells you that. That's why you have to notice.
This is what I would say. This would be my thing. You always find a way to move in the direction of that thing. So my costume was reverse engineered so I didn't have to have a shirt on. I used to run a lot. I used to run the town loop all the time. I was allergic to shirts. Couldn't wear them. I'm not wearing a shirt. If I'm running, I'm not wearing a shirt. I've always been statistically better at fitness than the people around me. Just all my entire life. Ever since
super athletic.
That's always, and I've always been in pretty good shape even when I'm not in shape. But I always found a way to make sure I highlighted that as well.
You know what's interesting?
Not always healthily either.
Yeah, I know we don't have time for this. We got to jump. But you were self-conscious, so you might not have noticed how insecure other people were.
That's fair.
I'm certain people were insecure around you in fitness, for sure. Back in high school, for sure. Absolutely.
I would never...
That's why they all said they're scared of you and all that kind of stuff. I would never fight you. That's them giving you clues. Hey.
Well, it's because I trained to fight.
It's not the only reason. It's also
you guys are out here swinging fists after high school, after last bell. I'm going to train with professionals. It makes sense. But I was afraid of them.
It's all perception, man. When you
guys are reckless. You're throwing punches outside in the parking lot. What are we doing here? That's reckless. I'm afraid of you guys. You guys are reckless.
For sure.
All right. What's your next level lesson before we get up out of here?
My next level lesson is, listeners, I didn't actually mean that I could beat Kevin running backwards. Although I do think that would be fun.
He could.
I do think that would be fun.
Look, Alan thinks he can throw a baseball further than me. And we had a pretty serious debate where we were like, we're going to throw $1,000 on this. I cannot imagine a world where it exists, but you never know. That's the thing.
Arms, man.
I know, but
I used to throw a jab.
I played baseball for so long. It's but that's a really good thing is, would I be insecure if Alan threw it? Probably for a minute. I'd probably be insecure after, shit. Okay, didn't expect it to go that way.
Little boy stuff.
But it is. It's little boy stuff at that point. So
yeah, grown men doing little boy stuff. That'll be our next podcast.
Yeah, I love it.
My next level lesson is identify where you are naturally gifted. It's very important to do that. There are certain things that you can do better than other people because you are genetically inclined. And that is a scientifically proven fact. It doesn't mean that not everyone can get better at everything. You can get better at anything, but where you start and what your natural inclination is, if you look up natural inclination, a lot will come up. Some people are born on a mountain and have a natural inclination for kinesiology. They're going to be professional snowboarders and or skiers. And there's just certain things that you naturally are great at that other people, quite frankly, aren't. And if you find that and design your life and your future around it, you can, assuming it's profitable, that's a whole nother conversation. You can really crush it.
Mine would be if you were to do something that you know you'd feel really good about yourself after you did, you're most likely really good at it. And it feels good to be good at it. And I'm not saying to do this, but if you were going to try to make somebody else feel really bad, what would you do? That's most likely the thing that you're really good at. I remember there was a kid when I was younger who just pissed me right off.
Nice.
And like he did some, I mean, this was, I can't even explain it. It was so, the way this whole situation happened, it's a fucking movie. I wrote a song about him. I wrote a song about him because he also liked to rap a little bit too. And I was like, brother,
nice.
It's not even going to be fucking close.
Nice.
I will literally embarrass you. That's a, I'm not saying to do that because that's all from a place of ego, but those are hints in the pattern.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you ever do me wrong, you better know there's a song.
I'm gonna get a song written about me. I probably
I'm
have
gonna be
one
the rap Taylor Swift.
Archives, I probably have one.
I started.
Thinks
I
he's a lawyer dressed in a suit. he doesn't know what's coming. He's getting the boot.
Nice, strong work.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Strong work. All right, cool. Next Level Nation, a private group for amazing people like you who are into self-improvement, personal development, and getting to the next level. And the Next Level Dreamliner. If you want to journal, you want to make it a habit, you want to make it sustainable, it literally takes all of 5 minutes a day. It's on Amazon. We would love for you to get it if you feel so inclined. Cool. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. And at NLU, we don't have fans. We have family. We will talk to you all tomorrow.
Keep it next level. Next Level Nation.